Just a smidge. My head's still in.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I gotta sit from the side. I feel like the front has become such an unflattering angle at this point.
What are you talking about?
You gotta have the bump. Hi,
Oh
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Peggy.
And you're watching
Junction Fiber Mill
Millcast.
I'm bundled up because I'm freezing.
And apparently I'm not because I'm pumping twice as much blood.
I think that's the statistic. Is
No, it is.
Right?
But I don't know if that makes you warmer or I guess it does. I don't know. People, what?
Our furnace is still broken, and it was okay. But now that it's so bitter cold outside, the building's struggling. We have 2 heaters going, and it's not enough. And every day I call Dead River and say, "So has the part come in?"
Yeah. How was the mill this morning? Because I didn't go in there right away, but I forgot I was going to text someone and be like, it's going to be single digits in some places in Vermont last night. I assume we're keeping the heat pumps going overnight now.
I don't think so. You know what? The heat pumps are fast because they have they blow out. Hey, no one's dead
I just didn't
here.
want the pipes to freeze.
Oh,
that's
no.
all. It was wicked cold last night.
Yeah, I think I have to raise the volume.
With Dead River.
The reality is they need the part, so I need to hear the part came in. But I was told the part was in 2 days ago. So what are we doing here? Anyway,
we're freezing.
We're bitching and moaning here. Anyway, here I want to show you. That's how cold I am.
Yeah.
Those are cold hands.
Yeah.
They're icy. Yeah.
Mine's kind of icy too. But
anyway.
Happy Thanksgiving week, folks. We made it to the holidays already. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it is a little like, whoa.
I know. Oh my God, the year is going to wrap up before too long. My neighbor, who's about 10 weeks further along in pregnancy, is just like, I'm throwing her a little, pre-baby party. And
is this her first?
Her first,
oh,
yes,
nice.
Very exciting. And she, again, neighbor, so like drafting another neighbor friend into the fold of having children and all that fun it entails. But the baby's gonna come soon. That's what I meant to say. Like the party has to be soon because the baby's coming, and then after her baby comes, my baby's coming. So it's crazy.
I think some of the best friends I made were people who were having babies together.
Yeah.
Because it's a very particular time in life where there's not much else you can do. I'm watching my baby. You want to come over? We'll watch 2 babies. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, and she's a fellow business owner. She's a landscaping business, so I'm thrilled for her, and I'm thrilled for us too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of babies, this past weekend, Todd and I headed over to Portland to help with no longer babies. Even the youngest one is such a little man.
Yeah,
I got to show you.
Age.
Yeah. So they're 5.5, 3.5, and 1.5, and Todd and I. Oh my God. Our ritual now is to spell the parents in the first place we go on Saturday mornings is IHOP.
Yeah.
Pity the waiter who's got to deal with these 3 kids. Actually, it went just fine, but at one point I said to my daughter, I said, hey, listen, I want to get a picture. She goes, oh my God, I don't have any family pictures. Let's go take a picture. You know what? It's really hard to take pictures of 3 kids. Anyway, I'm going to show you 2 examples. I think I have 2 of my effort to try and take a family portrait. Will, the little one, wasn't particularly anyway.
That reminds me, we got to get on our holiday card picture. That time is coming up too. My goodness.
Yeah, we had a great time though in Portland with our grandkids.
Oh, I'm thrilled to hear that, and I'm happy for your daughter.
I feel very naive, but I didn't get Bluey. And if you've never heard of Bluey, you're probably Bluey is a character. Do you know Bluey?
Not really. Like I've seen it like once. So we're not like big TV people.
But they're only like 5 minutes, and they're very. The characters are lovely, and it's sort of like what Bugs Bunny was back in the day when it was big. There's humor in it for the kids,
and there's
humor in it for the adults.
Well, the IP is everywhere. You can't throw a stick without seeing Bluey on a backpack or a pencil or a T-shirt.
I didn't get it, and Saturday evening is the kids get the treat of watching a video.
Okay.
And so we watched a handful of Blueys, and it was charming, absolutely charming.
Nice.
Anyway.
That's on my to-do list for this weekend is I need to show Maeve Peter Pan because we're going to go see the show at Northern Stage.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. As some of you may know, I am an annual ticket holder for Northern Stage. But I'm a patron of the arts.
I bought tickets too because the kids
What show are you going to?
The 24th.
I think I'm going
which
to
is
the 20th.
The 24th of December.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, but they have a noon show and a 5:30, and I went with the noon show, which means the 3.5-year-old's going to have to muscle through the nap.
Yeah.
Or sleep in the chair. But it's not the traditional Peter Pan, right?
It's Peter and Wendy.
Eric Love.
I don't know anything about it.
Eric Love's been associated with Northern Stage forever, and this is his adaptation of the classic story.
Okay.
So it'll be very interesting to see.
I'm excited, but the seat that I booked for all of, because when you have the season passes, they make you book your seats for every show. You can change it when you call, but I get the seat that actually Liz and I sat in when we saw Waitress, which is front row, right on the aisle, like on the wing. And I called them and they're like, oh yeah, we can switch your ticket and we'll just keep you in your seat and your daughter next to you. I was like, a 3-year-old in the front row at Northern Stage. We're going to do it. I think it's going to be great.
You going to hang on to her?
Yeah. I mean, you're practically in the play.
I know.
But it could be magical. I mean, she's so small that she gets folded into the seats. Yeah. So I have to keep her. Anyways, it's going to be great. I can't wait to report back on that.
It's a terrific theater, and having the front row seat, which I've had, Todd and I were in the front row seat. We stumbled into it. For Mary Poppins many, many years ago, and it was unbelievable.
I love sitting in the front, and I love actually going by myself, because I feel like when you're in the front row, you really don't have to do any, it's so immersive. It
is very immersive.
You're just there, the actors are there, it's really fun. So this is the second show of the season for me, and I'm excited.
Cool. Very cool. Well, don't tell me how it ends.
I won't, but yeah. I wanted to share. I brought this in this morning, and also, sorry, you're hearing more construction. Construction continues.
Construction is not done. It's very close, very close.
So I feel like this week is a big shopping week.
Yeah.
And for Christmas especially, I do a lot of my presents Black Friday week because things go on sale and whatever. But I had bought this book a while ago. It's Crafted with Pride. I probably showed it on the Millcast. It is an old-fashioned, looks like a Yellow Pages for all American-made things. And Cody loves this book because he's a huge, obviously I own an American manufacturer, whatever.
I gotta borrow this.
You can borrow it soon. We need it now, though. But anyways, I would just highly recommend it, and I wanted to put it on the Millcast and give him a shout-out this week because it's a really good resource if you want to support American made, and it's all broken down by category.
And you have to buy the book? This is not online?
I don't think it's online, which is so
crazy?
Annoying.
Wow.
But you can buy the book. Maybe there's some aspect of it. There's a lot of bags.
Oh, I like those handbags.
Yeah, so we need to get maybe a new backpack. I've made backpacks a lot in the past. I just don't have it in me to make a backpack right now. But there's a million bags in here. There's, clothes. So it's mostly, it's all finished goods. So I don't think they would
Do we need to be in this book?
I was going to say, I don't think we can get in this book. Although actually there is a whole section on manufacturing in the back. So maybe we can be in there as a, middleman to manufacturing. But I just think this is a really good resource both for holiday shopping and just in general, if you need to buy something and you want to support American businesses, which you should.
I think that's
this
great.
Is great. It's Crafted with Pride. Also, in a similar vein right now is the new season of Articles of Interest. It's a podcast with Avery Trufelman. And if you haven't heard that podcast and you're here watching the Millcast, I think you'd really love it because it's a podcast all about fashion, but fashion in a pretty wide lens and specifically historical. Oh. And this season is about gear. So they actually had the author of this directory on one of the recent episodes because the U.S.'s manufacturing industry is really tied to the U.S. military because everything you need, the military needs to source from American domestic producers. So a lot of these producers in this book, in addition to doing direct-to-consumer business, also produce for the military. Yep. And it's just how does the military influence American fashion, and it's just fascinating, and it's
called. Say the name of the
Articles
podcast.
of Interest.
Okay, and it's a podcast.
Yes, an actual podcast that you listen to only.
Okay, audio.
Okay, it's great. Cannot recommend more. So
great.
Those two things. Let's talk yarn. What's going on at the mill?
We're pretty excited about it. We have a new colorway, sort of new.
Kind of.
Yeah, Smuggler's Notch was such a hit. Sorry about the banging. It's going to end soon. Smuggler's Notch was such a hit at Vermont. We all, as we were making it, everybody was like, I got to get a skein. I had to get a skein. It was done in DK.
You already knit with it.
I made a cowl thing. But We've done it now in sport weight, and it's just as frickin' gorgeous. So if you like Smuggler's Notch, but you weren't really crazy about the DK, look at it here in sport weight. Look at these colors. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and the big thing is...
if there's a...
We still didn't get our ducks in a row to align on what we're talking about this week. Yes? Yay? Nay?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you purchase the Smuggler's Notch, we're going to donate 20% of the proceeds to a fabulous local charity called the Vermont Food Bank, which supports basically alleviating hunger in our state of Vermont, which is so, I think, top of mind this time of year with going into Thanksgiving, and we're all going to hopefully be sitting down to delicious feasts and just wanting to enable more people to have that experience and to not experience hunger. So this Tuesday at 10 a.m., we're doing a limited release of Smuggler's Notch sport weight for the first time. And if you purchase this yarn, 20% of the proceeds will go to the Vermont Food Bank. Which is a great organization. If we sell out of this yarn, I just want to encourage you, you can still donate to the Vermont Food Bank all on your own.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, we're very excited about that. And we'll report back. We'll let you know what kind of contribution we were able to make.
Yeah.
I think we're going to sell out.
We'll sell out for sure.
Of course we'll sell out.
It's going to be great. Yeah. That's what we're doing this week, just because we're feeling thankful and feeling like we're going to do a lot of eating, and I hope you're doing a lot of eating. And so there you go. Should I bring us into the mill? Yeah, you want to head in and take a look at what's going on? Okay, we're in the mill. Oh my gosh, it's so much warmer. Let's see what's going on. So I'm gonna flip you around. And the first thing we're in is the dye area, of course. I believe this was dyed yesterday. This is Aurora Borealis. That's how it looks when it's cooked. I believe it just needs a rinse. You can see these two pots are quite different from each other. One of those is one of the single plies and one is the other. Some of our recipes, the two plies are exactly the same, but some, like Aurora Borealis, it is different. Here's some other pots. We fit 5.5 pounds of the unspun wool in each pot. So you're looking at 22 pounds that got dyed yesterday. Let's see. Oh no, looks like, I don't know if we're having a sync issue or what. Do not film. Here, let's see, we've got some hydrangea, it looks like, rinsing. Some more dyed unspun wool that's going to make its way into making tracks hydrangea. We've got something really special on the spinner. This is Romney wool that we sourced from a local farm. I'm sure we've pin drafted this a bunch of times to get it to look so lovely, but it does. It's a lovely natural gray, and we are spinning the singles for it today. So Emma's behind here putting another strand in. We occasionally have breaks in the pile just from where the different batches of pin drafting ended, and so mid-spin you can kind of connect them onto the machine as it's running. Then you can see the fiber coming down. It's been drafted a bunch at this point, but then it goes through these 5 rollers. The three main ones here are doing the drafting, and it's much, much thinner by the time it gets the twist put onto it and actually becomes on. It's so nice to see some of our, I believe we'll put this in our Farm Fresh line when it's done, but it's lovely to see Farm Fresh coming through. We've been working so hard to restock on the roots and making tracks that we've done a lot of that. And, you know, when the mill first started, it was all Farm Fresh all the time. So it's just, I don't know, it's nice to see different things from time to time. This is that same Romney being plied, and I can actually show you, it looks like we've got some done right here. Here it is. On the bobbin, nearly finished. It just has to be skein wound, rinsed, hanked, and labeled. Now this is some gorgeous stuff. It's just a lovely silvery gray. And we've got some white to go with that, so look out for that in the future. Let's see, it looks like we're doing a whole lot of labeling. We were low on labels this week and we now picked them up. So we've got thus far unreleased color, We have some Pony Club. We have some Carnival. And it looks like we've got, this is some Romney over here. This is, oh, so this is the white Romney. This is perfect. So you can see here's the white next to that gray. There's sport weight. It's going to make a beautiful combination if you wanted to do like an all natural undyed local wool sweater or something. And let's see, both spinners here. Then on the pin drafter, on our new pin drafter, we have some charcoal roots. So this has probably been pin drafted only about maybe once or twice at this point. It's going to go through a bunch of rounds, but I can tell because you can still see the different shades in here, and that's all going to get evened out so that we make a nice uniform yarn. And I love to just see the sunlight on the stacks of wool. It's very relaxing. Watch that get taken up into the machine. So those 6 stacks are all coming in up and over. They're going into the machine here. So the 6 stacks are getting fed through, and then I've got what's now become, I'm gonna give it a little heart. Our dusty needs a dusting cover. But inside, behind the safety glass, the pin drafter is doing its work to draft, blend those fibers together. So what comes out the other end, a lot faster than our other pin drafter, is a more uniform roving. You can see the coiler is so fun to watch because you can kind of see what's going on in there. Let's hold this down. It's going kind of too fast to really notice, but you can actually see the gears working on this one. Unlike our other ones, which were a little more of a black box. And then, I don't know if you can see it in here, but it's right at this point is kind of where it's coiling it into a spring-loaded container. And this machine is really cool because, for so many reasons, but we'll actually just show you what happens. But we've determined that about 1,450 rotations is what it takes to fill these cans. So you can see that on the bottom number here. So let's see what happens in just a minute here. Now it's gotten to 450 and the machine just stops automatically so that the staff know it's now time to empty this can, because this is about what will fit in a bag to store, and start with the next round. How sweet is that? Okay, we've got so many machines running today. Okay, so another coiler here. This time coming off the Carter, and I can see that it's a Cormo Dorset Border Leicester blend. I don't just know that from looking at it. There's a sheet. This is some custom processing roving that we're making. This one's operating much slower, so you can actually get a look at those gears going around. So what's happening when it goes in that hole is there's some rollers that are sort of giving it a little compression, and then just dropping it into the can here. So this one's going much slower than the other one. You can see right in here is where it's depositing it, just like soft serve ice cream. Maple creamy. There it is on the Carter. Should have started at the other end, but we'll go take a look. You can tell this is some farm fresh wool, because you can see it's leaving a little bit of the dirt on that roller, which will all come off pretty easily, but you can see under the machine, this is just from today. These are some like dirt and seeds and the loose fibers that flip off from it, falling beneath that'll need to get vacuumed up. Won't make it into the finished yarn. Alright, let's come around the other side. So this is the wool that's been picked. And you can really see there's just a bunch of different stuff in here. This is, I'm sure, the Border Leicester. Heading on into the Carter. And we've got yet more of it sort of partitioned into and weighed into buckets. And then more in our yellow baskets. But we're almost done, it looks like, that job. And of course, drying nice in the sunshine in these windows is some dyed cone top. This is going to go into our Midnight Plum, making tracks for all you purple lovers. And another example of two very different single pies. So this is a lighter, just more like grapey purple. And then this one over here, got dark purples and reds. And once these are all drafted, you're gonna notice these sort of splotchies a lot less. And then certainly when they get spun and drafted even more, it just all gets a lot more smoothed out into a gradient. And here we've got the skein winder set up to be winding off some of that Romney wool. I believe this is the beginning of the wind job for that. And what will happen when it gets rinsed is it will really bloom and become a lot poopier. Because when we draft it, it's kind of like putting your hair through a comb or a straightener. It's sort of stretching it straight, but it really wants a little more breathing room. So that rinse in warm water helps poof it up a little bit, make it a little softer. And then of course we've got various other things. This is of course a Smuggler's notch, which we just talked about. Just finishing up the production of it. This one is Daybreak. This is our DK weight, heavy DK, more Daybreak. Oh, so much wool, you guys. So that's about it, and boy, do I just want to linger in the mill with the warmth and the sunlight. It's just a lovely place to be on a cold day like today.
Nice, ordinary mill day. It's warmer in there than in here.
A little tropical in there.
Yeah, I know there's going to be some dyeing later this afternoon. We're there isn't any dyeing going on right now, but boy, we got to keep dyeing. We are still.
See the shelves behind us are looking so bare.
You know, we're a small mill, and we're really struggling to restock our inventory. The mill's going, but yeah.
So I've mentioned before that I'm doing this business class through Goldman Sachs, which is wrapping up soon. But the whole premise is like to find a growth opportunity and figure out how to go through the steps to, make your growth opportunity a success. And I'm just like, in all honesty, we're just holding on for dear life. We don't need a growth opportunity. No. We just need to figure out a more sustainable way to keep our inventory flowing, to make sure that no one's stressed about what do we need to do today.
Right. And we don't really want to create a bunch of customers who get frustrated that we're always out of stuff. We're getting there. We're getting there. But
I think we like to talk about our business like transparently on the Millcast, and it's been a wild year.
Yep.
We've had a lot of growth this year, and it's just we can't possibly make enough yarn to continue with this level of growth.
Right.
So I'm so thankful to everybody for supporting the business and buying our yarn, and we are trying to make it as quickly as we can. Yeah. And we have a fabulous team.
Yes, we do.
Working on that. But so we've got some stuff up our sleeves. We're excited to, we'll tell you all about them, the ins and outs of the more boring aspects of making yarn business work. But we're excited for some changes coming down the pipeline to hopefully help with some of this situation.
Yeah. What we're knitting? You're not knitting.
I'm not knitting a damn thing, and I need to be because I do sit in my business class on Zoom, and if I don't have knitting, I get so distracted. Like the knitting helps me. Like if I have my knitting, I can actually listen and participate. Otherwise, I'm off on emails or whatever, which is not healthy. But today, because I took my meeting from the mill, my thing I do when I'm not knitting is I sit there and I write out our thank you cards.
Our thank you cards
which
that
is
go
useful.
inside our orders.
Right, thank you 12 million times while I do the meeting. It's
well, I decided.
What are you knitting?
I was talking to Liz, and I have a lot of little balls of stuff. You know, the remnants of projects that you've done. I mean, I have a lot.
A stash.
And but it's.
Stash.
Yeah, it's a crummy stash. But in any case, I said to Liz, I need a stash buster idea. And she like, bam, right there. She goes, oh, the Seaglass sweater. And I thought, okay. And the Seaglass sweater is a knit top-down, raglan style.
Right.
But you're every row you're knitting one color, then another color. And then when you get around, they're recommending the magic knot. You tie it off, both those colors, and start a new one.
What's the magic knot?
The magic knot, the magic knot is where you tie two pieces together.
Yep.
And you can cut it so that it's this tiny little knot. It barely shows up, but it holds. It's a great. It's terrific.
Okay.
But you got to do it every row twice because you're carrying 2 colors. And you got to change the colors every row. So I don't know
how many. I've never gotten into this, but the spit splicers out there.
Oh, I don't want to do. I'm not. Yeah, and they're not recommending. That is one, but they're recommending either the magic knot or braiding it, which I thought was really kind of weird. You leave a tail, so you're going to have 2 tails for every frickin' row, which is a lot. And then you braid it, and they said you won't notice it, but
it just sits there dangling on the inside.
Well, because it's braided, it's like a French braid. It's against the fabric. Anyway, I want to show you a picture of my little balls. I know that's
Peggy's
terrible.
balls.
Peggy's balls, sweaty balls. So this is my collection that I was going, and then I thought, how do I want to do this? And I separated the light colors from the dark. That's the second picture, and then I've just begun. I decided I don't like the light. Maybe I'll dip into it a little bit, but I'm going in with my darker colors, my saturated colors, and I'm going to alternate between my warms and my cools.
I'm very curious to see.
But we'll see. It's very bulky because
it's Seaglass sweater.
It's Seaglass sweater. Yeah.
Good for you. I think it takes a lot of something to not just donate all those balls when you have access to so much yarn.
It's true. And you know what? I may bail. Now, I'm freezing cold, but ask why I'm taking all my clothes off.
You want to do a show and tell?
Because I got so many comments about
blocking?
About blocking my shrug that I did.
Okay.
Now I got to put it on correctly. Yeah, I think. And you know what? It's still a little damp. But can you help pull that down?
Yes, I can.
Now the question is,
so much better.
Right?
Yeah. So much better. I think it's going to sit down a little bit more.
That's all right. The question is it going to ride up? And it might still ride up, but I think it's going to sit down a lot better.
I'll have to wait till the heater gets installed so you can wear it.
Well, it's still damp. So anyway, I think this was progress to block it out.
Really good. Yeah, I agree. I'll give an update, and I'll need to get a picture of it to throw in here. I finished with Cody's sweater fixing. So this was the Brooklyn tweed pattern for I think it's called the Avery cardigan. Beautiful cable work, lovely sweater. I knit it with some Brooklyn tweed yarn, so Harrisville yarn. Cody loves it. It's his house sweater. And so what I did is I really painstakingly re-knit the cuffs because again, it was knit in the opposite direction, flat and seamed. So I just went for it. I chopped them off. Right. I unraveled it. Horrible. Never doing that again, but it worked. And then to solve the issue, because the issue was that I had like a beginner blocked the ribbing well like this really because it didn't maintain its squish. So I reknit them so that it had an Italian bind off, which produces a really nice squishy edge, and I pulled it a little tighter so that the cuffs did that. The bottom had the same issue. Oh boy. So what I did, which was such a quick fix, I should have just done it on the sleeves, was I bought some really thin elastic thread.
Yep.
And I just took a sewing needle in a dark color so it kind of blended in. Yep. And I just fed it through the yarn. And so, because you're using a sewing needle, it can actually split the yarn and stuff. It really gets hidden.
So did you do just one row of that?
Yes. So I just tied it on one end of the cardigan. Yep. After the button band. Yep. And then I went around and as I went, I sort of would lay it flat and I'd be like, nah, it needs a little more give. And I'd pull it because it's all just on one strand. So I could sort of slide those stitches around.
Interesting.
And I went all the way around. It took literally 20 minutes maybe. So on my Zoom call. And I tied it off. And it looks like $1 million now. It totally gave it back that squish that it needed.
It's interesting that one thing did it, one go around.
One go around, and so I think I could have put some at the top as well, but I just thought the bottom was flared. I hated it.
It's the flare.
Cody wore it to work.
So the house coat sweater. The house sweater, aka coat.
Left in the house.
Wow, because he felt that good about it.
He felt so good about it. He wore it to work.
Okay. Did he get any compliments?
Yes, of course he did.
Of course he did. Even if he didn't, he said he did.
Including somebody who now is, people know he's associated with wool or whatever. But so people are, trying to figure out what they're getting people for gifts. And so everyone's asking him wool-related gift ideas. So he was on a hunt last night to help someone source a wool jacket for somebody.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so Cody's the wool guy. The wool guy. Sweater is helping
I love it.
prop that up a little bit.
That is so funny.
It was great. But yeah, I need to find a knitting project that's not just mending things. I've been in a funk with it.
It'll hit you when it hits you.
Yeah.
It'll hit you when it hits you. Big times coming up this week.
This week we're not going to talk about it much here. I hope you're on our newsletter though.
Yep.
We've got some stuff coming up, but we do have the open house. On Saturday. So technically that's Shop Small Saturday, and we are
the
nothing
Saturday,
if not small.
the Saturday after Thanksgiving. You'll be here. I might come in and say hello.
Well, we've got our new expanded space again back here. So we're going to have a limited selection of our yarn on the shelves. We are going to be running a sale during it. We've never done that at an open house before. So we hope a lot of folks who are up here for the holiday come up. We're also going to have what we've been affectionately referring to as our roving babies.
Yes, we will have our little bundles of roving babies. Yeah, okay.
You just want to do this.
It's
so
very
cute.
It's very cute the way it's been packaged up. But it lets you see all the colors in there rather than winding up a ball, then you don't really know all the different colors.
Yeah.
I may come by. Some very dear friends of ours that Todd and I went to college with, when we haven't seen for years, are coming up for Thanksgiving weekend, and we may swing by with them and say hello.
And we'll have to share a picture next week because we're going to be together on Thanksgiving.
Yes, we're going to have a little bit of a crew at our house for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Can't get enough of each other.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't see Cody that often.
I know, that's what Cody was when I floated the idea to him, because you very kindly invited all the orphans to your Thanksgiving, and he was like, yeah, I never see those guys. We used to hang out a lot more often outside.
Yeah, and then you had kids, which takes you into a whole other direction.
So thanks for
But you'll bring the kids over for Thanksgiving, which will be great.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna switch out and put more clothes on.
Yeah, do it. See you next week.
Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving.